Bowie State head football coach Damon Wilson is an HBCU lifer. We caught up with him around the HBCU Sports Nation after he earned the 2021 American Football Coaches Association Award for Division II. We're now joined by the 2021 American Football Coaches Association Division II Coach of the Year. And to prove that I'm literally rolling with the big dogs, he is Damon Wilson, the head coach of the three-time CIAA champion and NCAA quarterfinalist Bowie State Bulldogs. First off, man, we've been knowing each other for quite some time. Congratulations on this honor. This is the gold standard for Division II coaches. So just take me through what it means to you historically and as a professional.
Well, first of all, thanks, Mark. And yes, we have been known each other for a while. This particular award, man, means a lot. And I had no idea as far as the history of the award when I received it. And that's to no one's fault but mine. But there have been very few minorities to receive this accomplishment, or receive this award. And when I realized I was one of the finalists and actually was awarded the award, man, it was like it was a surreal moment. Just because, as a coach and at the Division II level, there's certain things you want to accomplish, and this is one of those things. And when you see it had some of the coaches before you that at the FCS level, Eddie Robinson, those guys, man, they never received this award. To be able to receive that award or receive this award is it's a great honor.
Damon, you're a Bowie State lifer, having played football. You're all conference tight end at the school. You coached previously under Henry Frazier, won a division championship. And now, as a head coach, you've taken your program to places that even 20 years ago, I don't think anybody could have fathomed that you would be. Can you capitalize in words what that journey is like, since that's the way that you often frame each week to your players?
It was a process, and this process, it started back when I decided to transfer into Bowie State University as a transfer student athlete from a junior college. I had the vision, along with some other guys that transferred with me, to turn Bowie State around. We only had 2 years to try to make our imprint, if you will, or establish ourselves and try to help as much as we could, help turn the program around. And we had some success as players. Then I got the opportunity to stay on staff with Henry Frazier when he got the job, and I finished playing ball. And we took another step, moving the program in the right direction. And both of us, we left. We went down to the SWAC and coach. And I got the opportunity to come back as a head coach. I think by having experience with Henry Frazier as one of my head coaches, Steve Wilson, who's a long-time head coach at Howard University, using those people to build our program. And then Sherman Wood, coach that I played for at Bowie State, Phil Martin, my junior college coach. I think I was surrounded by some good coaches, and I already had my mind, or had my thought process on what I wanted to do with the program. So put the information they taught me alongside of my thought process and things I wanted to accomplish. I think this has helped us get to this point. And I have some assistant coaches who, I pretty much coached all of them. There are some guys that I hadn't coached or we hadn't worked with before, but those guys fit right in and really put our student athletes first. And they're giving us an opportunity to be successful and to sustain the success.
I want to take it back to a conversation I once had with the legend that is Bill Hayes. And he used to often talk about how HBCU coaches, dollar for dollar, do the best job of coaching on any level in America. I'd have to argue that with you, it's almost like for every dollar that many coaches have, you're probably working with a quarter. How are you able to make that shoestring budget work? Because in many respects, man, you operate like grandma But grandma could take $1 back in the day and make a meal out of it, and you be wanting more. And I think that's basically what's going on with your program right now.
That's a great analogy. And it's to my assistant coaches. I mean, in recruiting, man, these guys do a great job finding the right people to bring in our program. And we ensure those guys matriculate in the program. And those players buy into it. Man, like you said, you're talking about a program. We're nowhere near where we need to be financially. However, we finished number 6 in the country. So imagine that we get the support from the alumni base and other means to take this program where we can play in the national championship games and win national championships. That's my goal. That's something. That's my vision. That's something that we talked about years ago, and we've gone through the process. You know, we went through those 5 and 5 years. We went through the 6 and 4 years, and now we're in a place where we're consistently winning 10+ games a year. And I know with additional resources, it'll help our student athletes even in retention, graduation, and also put us in a position where we can compete with teams on a national level on a consistent basis.
And so the question then becomes, I mean, it was a great run. I mean, the only losses that you had this year were to Division I Delaware State and a Valdosta State program that, if you know anything about Division II football, is one of the storied programs in that division's history. So I'm just wondering right now, with the budgetary constraints, have you maxed out on far as you can go right now? Is it going to take that financial boost to get at least one more dub so that you can play in the championship game?
I don't want to say maxed out. I know we want more. I think we need more to take it to another level, but we're still going to strive. We're going to make the best of what we have. We're not going to make excuses. We're not going to use this as a scapegoat because we're not fully funded and we don't have all the full-time coaches. We're just going to work a little harder till we get what we need. And that's our mindset. We're not, so we're not going to sit in the corner and kind of, cry over some things that we don't control. But however, we are going to try to improve our situation and continue to do some of the things that we've been able to do, and still going to take them to the next level because a lot hasn't changed from 2019, 18 seasons to 19 or 19 to 21. It's just the guys that's in the program. They're really busting their tail. These guys want to win a national championship. And I want to put any and every resource behind them to do that. They're graduating in the classroom, which is great. They're doing a great job in the community, which is another part of it. So the next step is to win the national championship. And like I told my coaches yesterday, when they named me as the national AFCA Coach of the Year, that's a team award. That's the ultimate team award, coaching staff team award, if you will, that there is. So I'm really excited about these guys. And these guys, like I said, they've been with me for some years now, and they really understand the importance of doing right by our guys and preparing them for the games and trying to prepare them for life after football.
As an alum and one who has played there, can you talk about how the perception and the importance of football has grown since you played here? I mean, let's be real for a second. I'm familiar enough to remember where it was homecoming, and then the rest of the time was, oh yeah. Now people are out with their gear on.
Right.
They're like, look, you're selling out for games where they're schools from Michigan coming on campus and things like that. I mean, what's it like to kind of step back and smell those roses sometimes of like, wow, we actually mean something now, where when I played, it was really almost like a recreational activity.
Hey, Mark, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling after the games to have alums come to you and say, man, coach, just thank you. Thank you for what you guys are doing for the university. Thank you guys for what you're doing for the program. I mean, it's for me, it's a dream come true, if you will. I'm living a dream with regards to doing accomplishing some of the things that we've been able to accomplish at Bowie State. But the ultimate joy and I guess the most prideful moments are when the older alums come back. The guys that played in the 70s, played in the 80s, where they may not have had a lot of success, but understand the importance of success. See the enrollment numbers continue to go up. When your football program is good on campus, everything it flows right in line. Unfortunately, graduation is extremely important, and we're going to continue to graduate our student athletes. But they're not talking about the certain departments on campus from a national standpoint. They're talking about the football programs. And that's the world we live in. And when your football program is going well, every other program does well as well. So I think this is a great time to be a Bulldog. I love the direction we're going in. We're working, trying to build a new stadium. So there's some things that needs to happen. But all in all, I think we're going in the right direction.
All right, big picture, on the macro level, we've seen a lot of attention being brought to HBCU football. Coach Prime down at Jackson State has certainly done a lot for the exposure. You've got name brands like Eddie George at Tennessee State. Reggie Barlow, who played for the Jaguars, is now one of your foes in the CIAA. How big is that for the overall brand of, and you and I went to black colleges as opposed to HBCUs, if you know what I'm saying, but how big are those name brands in terms of their impact on the perception of our game?
I think they have it's a space for them. It's a place for them. I think they're great. One thing that I tell the young coaches, I do not want any young coach out here to get concerned or discouraged, if you will, about how to move forward in this profession. There are a lot of people that are receiving jobs without necessarily being graduate assistants, being assistant coaches, being associate head coaches, and they're receiving head coaching jobs. So I don't want anyone to get discouraged. It's a cycle kind of we're going through right now. There were coaches in black college football before some of the bigger names. Now, Steve Wilson played 10 years in the National Football League before he coached at Howard University. So this is not new territory. We're just in the social media world right now. So people are talking about it more. But I tell all the younger coaches, do not get discouraged. Continue to do what you're doing the right way, and things will come back around, and you'll have an opportunity to become a head coach if that's what you desire to do. But far as the recognition and shining a light on HBCU football, I think is great. Another thing, Mark, and I've shared this with you before, I don't look at HBCU football as a different brand of football. It's college football. However, the HBCU experience is different. And I tell my team all the time, we're not just trying to be the best in HBCU football. I want to be the best in the country. There are 165 teams that play Division II football. We finished 6 out of the 165. There are only 25 or 26 teams between the CIAA and the SIAC as far as Division II football. So I don't want to be considered just the best of 25 or the best of 30, whatever the number may be. I want to be the best in the country. So we're given an opportunity to compete nationally. That's our goal. So I don't want to, make it two types of football, because on Sunday that ball is oval, just like it's oval at the college level, at the SEC or the CIAA. At the end of the day, we want to have some good football players playing at a high level and having fun doing it.
And talk, if you could, before I let you go, about difficulty with scheduling now. When you're under the radar and people will, hey, here's a check and come on over and take the beat down. You're not showing up too many times and just, taking a beat down anymore. Has it become more difficult to schedule top-notch opponents these days?
It is. It has. And one thing, if you look at our schedule last year, and also in 2000, we haven't released it yet, but our 22 schedule is pretty challenging as well. But, we played Saginaw Valley, team from Michigan. We played New Haven, and then you get to the playoffs, you play Lenore Ryan, play Newberry. You're playing schools that traditionally are in the playoffs. You're not going to find any below 500 teams that's willing to play you right now. So those easy wins that you may have had some years ago, they don't exist anymore. So it's an opportunity for us to continue to get better. But I think that's what helps us get the national recognition, because we're beating folks outside of our conference, and we're beating folks outside of HBCU football. And I think that's what has to happen in order for us to get our guys, the student athletes, to get the recognition they deserve.
Now, I know during the course of the season, there's like a 24-hour rule. You savor the victory for 24 hours, then you get right back to work. How long will you savor this before you get back to work? Because it's off season. I mean, one could understand if you might want to find some warm sand and a beach and some crushing waves and then get back to work. But do you have time with all the myriad of responsibilities that you have to kind of sit back for a couple of days, enjoy it? But I know you'll get back to grinding quick.
Hey, Mark, that's something I learned when we won our first championship in 2018. I never enjoyed that championship. I told myself I would never do that again. So I'm gonna continue to work. However, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to spend time with the family, but I'm going to enjoy the process that we went through this year, coming out of a pandemic where we didn't see our guys for a year, and for those guys to persevere and fight for one another and go on a 12-game winning streak into the quarterfinal. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this one, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it for a while because this is a special group, man. Every time I think about it, I get emotional because, man, there's a lot of challenges we went through coming into the year. We lost a kid. A kid was in a car accident and passed right before the season. I mean, it's a number of stories that we have from this season that
and countless injuries. Let's be real for a second. You were down at your third,
three O-linemen in Saginaw Valley. I mean, you're talking about true freshmen stepping in and playing. I mean, it's like I said, man, my hat's off to my coaching staff and the guys we have in our program because I don't think they get enough recognition. And like I tell them, it's all about it's about we versus me. But at the end of the day, man, guys want to be patted on their back and appreciated. And I understand it. So like I said, receiving that award means a lot. Just got word that I'm going to be the co-head coach in the Legacy Bowl with Coach Buddy Pugh, which is another major accomplishment for our university, our conference. So I'm excited, but I'm going to enjoy it. To answer your question, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to give me some blue water, some sand sooner than later, but I still got to get the recruits in.
So I would suspect you're looking to come back tanned and brown.
Without a doubt.
Anyway, that's my man. Hey, Damon, congratulations once again. Look forward to seeing you on campus when we get health protocols in place. Best of luck to you and the program and the family. Congratulations once again. He is the architect of a program that is the best kept secret in perhaps all of HBCU sports and maybe even in Division II. Though when you finish number 6, I figure a lot more people are going to know about you, Damon. Damon Wilson, head coach of Bowie State. Again, congratulations. The 2021 American Football Coaches Association Coach of the Year in Division II. And take care of yourself, my man. Look forward to seeing you hopefully during spring ball.
Appreciate you, Mark. Thanks a lot for your coverage, buddy.
Thanks a lot, folks. This has been the HBCU Sports Nation. It's your boy, Mark Gray. Keep it locked right here to Smash Entertainment.
Black Island Blue. Ride, come on. Black College, stand up. HBCU.
Damon Wilson played as an all-conference tight end at Bowie State. When he started his coaching career, it was on the staff at Bowie State. So these days, the best kept secret in HBCU football is a secret no more. Wilson earned the 2021 American Football Coaches Association Coach of the Year after leading the Bulldogs to a 10-2 record and to a third CIAA championship, not to mention a run all the way to the NCAA Division II quarterfinals.